Hey everyone, welcome to EmpowrSoft, and in today's video I'm going to share to you how to go through the A2P phone verification if you are going to be using the phone number inside our system and purchasing it to make sure that you can utilize this marketing tool that you can use in your business. So there's going to be a process that you're going to go through. So this step-by-step guide is going to help you. So you can actually purchase phone number into our system, and it can vary from if you have a selected like area code or phone number, you want it to be part of your phone number, you can actually just hover into this part. And like, for example, if we're gonna go with 502 and you would love to have it more local with a capability of SMS, MMS, and voice, you can apply. And as you can see here, it will give you multiple options as well of different phone numbers that you can choose from, and then it will actually have the particular rate that you can pay. So this is going to be a monthly fee that goes through your billing for using that dedicated phone number. And on top of that, of course, is the usage of the SMS per segment. So if you want to learn more about that cost, go to EmpowrSoft.com/TOS. And now we are going to go through and start the A2P application, which is required, and we're going to start with registration to learn more. So basically what happened is that each of the carrier requires us to submit this brand and campaign registration. This is a process to make sure that we are legitimately applying and using this capability for not any malicious intent of doing business or anything of fraud, right? So go through this help desk. You should be able to have that. So if you're a sole proprietorship or like low volume standard, if you don't have much of that type of SMS, you can go through here. So you will able to learn more about this process and why it is important and why you should go through this. So that's why this document is here. Now, one of the key things that your website really should have is the terms and condition and also the privacy policy. That's very important because we are going to link those to our submission of our campaign. So all you have to go through is go through the business details, right? Just regular, like where is your business? Do you have an EIN? You don't have an EIN if you're a solo proprietorship. So there's going to be some guidelines that you can actually go through here, which is very important. And you fill out all of the information that is needed. So if you're in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, that could be, just a process as well. So I'm just going through here. I'm just gonna, since there's gonna be some sensitive information, I'm not gonna show that one. I'm gonna click on continue about some business information, who the main contact is for the business as well. And we are gonna be choosing the low volume standard, which is the recommended type of brand campaign that we are going to apply. So you will see here that you'll actually going to be charged $24.49 to go through this registration. And then there's going to be other cost per month as you use this one. Again, right? You are using this tool to actually generate business. So I believe it's fair enough to that all of these charges basically works on how you use the system. So just go through here and read through this part so that you will understand what this charges is all about as well. So once you've selected this and you've clicked on that you accept the terms and condition upon doing this A2P verification, you are just going to click on continue. And then this is where the campaign details is. There's two parts wherein it's going to be the messaging case scenario. So what is the different cases, right? So for example, opt-in for appointment confirmation or cancellation. So you just need to communicate via SMS that is automated using the workflow that is available inside EmpowrSoft. And that is the power of automating things. So there are some use case description available here that you can copy, and you can hover into like this I near the description, it will give you like, hey, what is this all about, right? So you are then just going to type in. So for example, use case, this is going to be for appointment information, confirmation, and reminder. You want to make sure that the growth gap, your company name, your DPA, or wherever it is indicated into your website, even your terms and condition, and also your privacy policy, just to create that consistency. So you want to make sure that you fill up all of those things accordingly. And the very other important that needs to be done when you're doing this is actually the opt out. Like if they want to stop, if they want to no longer continue, that you have that verbiage of like, hey, reply stop, reply no, reply this to unsubscribe. So you want to make sure that they have the ability to do so and that instruction is very clear so that the system can know when they scan your application, it is within their guidelines. So we're just going through this right now in making sure everything is correct and everything is implemented. Again, you're going to see some example of messages. You are going to see, you can either copy it exactly verbatim. You can use your own words if you want, but you have the guide here. So as I do that one, I'm just going to go ahead and type in this written section that I need so that we can move forward with the user case as well. So we are doing the part of messaging, right? What is the goal of the campaign is basically what we're doing right now. So we're just going to add that. Again, reply stop to cancel. And then the next one as well, we are going to do the sample 2. Just adding the company name here. About confirmation, appointment, if they want to reschedule as well. So this is another way, right? Because those are other scenarios that will happen that I need, or you might need to communicate with your clients within the system, especially when you are using your workflows and automation and AI. So all of these other things is very important. So once you have everything covered, you are just going to click on next. Now I just opened something that was, when it comes to age gated content, it's defined on that link as well. You can read more about that if you want to. That's available in your backend under settings and phone numbers. So you're just going to click on continue. Now we're going to be moving about the user consent. So the very important here is actually, usually forms is where people opt in. So if you click on here, you are going to be given some guidance on what needs to be in your back end forms to have the key things, right? It's plain and simple. Everything is indicated there, so that when somebody opt in, you are able to add all of this key information, because the system is basically going to scan this and make sure that you have all information. And then you're going to do the URL and where that form is. So what I'm doing right now is just using the speaking form that we have, because our calendar is a bit different. It's connected to a different one. So, all right, let me just check here. Oh, yes. So let's go back and use the speaking engagement form. And then if you actually scroll way down, there's the form, and there are some missing part here, like the disclaimer. You see there's a disclaimer, and I think the privacy policy and the terms and condition is not yet attached. So let's go ahead and head back to our backend. So I'm just kind of reviewing everything that is indicated here. So I'm just reading through each of this element, which you have access to. If you're going to be in this part of the user case, you are just going to open that up. It will pop up, and then you can review all of their checklist that is required. this is where at times people get frustrated about this process because they actually just miss some steps. So take the time, review, and you should be good within the approval. All right, so we are going to identify that form, but since there are some things that are not complete, we're going to go back to sites, and then we're going to go to forms, the builder. We're going to look for that particular form, which is a speaker form. And then we're just going to fill up everything that needs to be filled up, like the terms and conditions is a redirect. As you can see here, it is not there. So we're going to go to our main website, making sure that that is all connected, just linked, hyperlink. We're going to add the domain here and URL for both terms, privacy policy and terms and condition. So we're going to save that. The next, as I mentioned, is the terms of service or terms of condition. We're going to save. And then one other thing that is missing is actually the terms and condition of the form itself. So the one below is actually the terms and condition of the website as a whole, but each of the form needs to have all of these terms and condition that has been stated per the checklist that was provided that you've opened previously. So I'm just going to fill that one out. There's going to be 2 of this, making sure that, hey, you have allowed us to connect you for all our marketing campaign, reminders, promotional, or product services. It's giving them that. But note that this should not be required. So just a heads up on that one as well. So I'm just going to change this one, making sure that the company name is there, the opt-in message is there, that the message and rate may apply, including reminders, updates, and marketing. The frequency of the messaging may vary, so that's one thing that you also need to do. And then on the second part, it's just basically like, hey, you allow us for marketing, promotionals, and all other things that we might do with you opting in into the system. So now as we do that one, we go back to settings, phone system. We are going to go through again the part that is the message and detail campaign. We're just going to move forward. It kind of reset. If you get out of here, it's like it doesn't stay where you were in the last part, but it will save all the informations that you have. So I'm just going to acknowledge this one again. So there's a little bit of a process here. And now as you can see here, as we add this is a website form, the link is going to be that speaking URL. So we're just going to copy that. So everything is there. I'm just double checking as well just to make sure. And then I'm going to add then how do contacts opt in a message. So that has been populated here. And then on the opt-in message as well, you can just type what you want. So you, like, for example, you've successfully opt in. If you want to stop, you can just click on stop or text stop and you will be removed from the system. And then on this part, there's going to be like a website checklist compliance. You can go through it, check on it. Like, for example, is the business website live, publicly accessible, and error-free? Your website displays your business name or contact details. Any DBA under business use is clearly disclosed on the site if applicable. So go through this one. We have really made the system in a way that you can know what is missing or what needs to be done. So we're going to review application, and we'll go through all basic informations that we have here, and then we're just going to click on submit, and then it will then say review application, right? There's just 2 boxes that you need to check, and we'll even give you some prompts as well that, hey, disclaimers that it's subject to approval, and making sure that it's actually based on what you've provided that we're going to approve it. So it's not that the system doesn't like you. So you just want to make sure that you go through and read every instruction and every details that is available to you. So I confirm and I understand that I may be charged for a rejected submission, right? Caused by non-compliant submission. So that $24 again might be charged. So just take note of that one. So now we're being approved. It's going through the process. So there's 2 things that will get approved. It's the branding and the campaign submission. Usually the A2P brand is approved faster than the campaign. So it has to go through each of those. So I'm just going through here. Bundle, regulatory bundles that needs to be, taken care of later, the messaging. This is for voice, for those who are doing voice AI. And then the trusted, as you can see here, it's in progress for the brand status. Now we're just waiting for the campaign status. So come back here and see the status from time to time. If you get any error, where you can surely go through and identify what error happened. And so on the next video, if anything happens to this application, we're going to do that one again to show you all how to solve that one. But for now, this is how you are going to purchase a phone number and apply for the A2P verification for your SMS marketing inside EmpowrSoft.